Hey everyone, this is Jason from GameRave.com, otherwise known as Danger Boy, and this is GameRaveTV. In our first episode of GRTV, we dealt with the Dino Crisis 2 demo CD. And what made that one so interesting was that it was a very obscure demo to a very widely known game. For this episode, we wanted to go in the opposite direction and actually deal with a little known game that became even more obscure in America. That game is Highway 2000 for the Sega Saturn. Well, when the game first came out in Japan, it was known as Wangan Dead Heat. It was brought over to America by Natsume, who you guys know normally nowadays for like Harvest Moon and Rune Factory. When it was brought to America, it was named Highway 2000, which is a very odd name to choose. There actually is a Highway 2000. It's in Jamaica. This is more dealing with Japanese and some American tracks as far as like street racing and so forth. I went into this game thinking it was going to be a Need for Speed clone, and it's more of a Ridge Racer ripoff because now I understand that like a lot of games will use the same locations and tracks and so forth, but this game is literally using the exact same HUD. It's just flipped wherever possible, be it up and down or left and right. It shares the same wall images. It shares the same overpass designs. Even some of the way you choose your options in cars are practically the same. All of which could be overlooked if it weren't for the fact that the difficulty is so lopsided. There's a campaign/tournament mode, which is basically just, place first and move on, and then there's the time trials. The time trials are all 5 tracks, and they are easy. Like, you can beat time trials in 10 minutes, flat, no problem. The problem is in the campaign mode. It is insanely hard. I played this game for 2 hours, and the best I could do was 3rd place, and that was getting to the 2nd track, and after that I was just, forget it, it's ridiculous. Which is really a shame because as a Ridge Racer clone/ripoff, it's actually not bad. It's a shame because the Saturn could have really used that type of game to compete with Sony at the time. Now, what's even weirder is the fact that it's missing things, and by that I mean it's missing a lot of things. When I was doing the time trials, I couldn't figure out why I wasn't seeing a high score table. The game actually does say, okay, you place first, you place second, but there's never an actual like full screen saying, okay, here's the times to beat. When I was doing the research on the Japanese version, it was discovered that in the original version, there were full motion video clips of really cute Japanese girls dressed in various outfits, including nurse and, sexy pants and all that fun stuff that would act as your navigators and cheerleaders and basically root for you beforehand, and then once you won the race or lost the race, they would have clips saying, okay, you're an idiot, I hate you, and stuff like that. Now, that's all gone in the US version. It is literally half the game it's supposed to be. From what I could tell, it looks like the Euro version kept all those FMV clips intact, so if you have the ability to play imports or looking for a complete game in English, I'd grab the PAL one if you can play it. Now, as far as is it worth tracking down? As far as a conversation piece and it being an obscure game, yes, if you're going for a complete collection or all the racing games on the Saturn. As far as worth playing, not really. Because the difficulty is so out of whack and you can tell it's missing things, it really does become I wouldn't say a frustrating experience, but a very lacking one. If it weren't for the fact that I wanted to have a complete collection, I probably would have left this one on the shelf otherwise. So I leave that to you if you want it for your collection. Other than that, we're done for this episode. Check us next week when we have some very interesting times with a sealed case. Take care, guys. This episode we are going to, wow, I say a lot, don't I? I gotta fix that.